I made a mistake, and I'm just going to give you the FYI. On YouTube, I made a video called I Had a Nightmare, and it was explaining on how we overemphasize in dreams rather than looking at nightmares. The nightmares show from too much habit that we just normalize and probably scooch under the rug. And it was important to look at our nightmares more because they showcase the obstacles, the things that are roadblocking. And when we start looking at those hidden underlying messages and start seeing where we need to dissect, that was where we need to maneuver. I didn't say it in my prior video. I'm glad it deleted this prior one. It started showcasing to me like one thing, the side quests that I have. It keeps diverting my focus and all these other things. And it's like, don't BS about what you need to say. Just get to the point. Whether people like it or not, you can't people please. And that's where you have to look at. So, the word is embrace your nightmares. I know, it's crazy. Why embrace a nightmare? It seems redundant to the point, and that is why it's so beautiful. Think of it with the sublime. The sublime takes in both the chaos and the beauty, all happening at once. And that is what gives existence its the materia. Dreams are more of the materia to like do the innovations and so forth. And I'm not trying to disregard that. I want to look at a different perspective. When we have all these setbacks, all these things that we're just like gripped up and we're trying to go after, wouldn't it be best to have a nightmare? The nightmare of things where we're just not getting to places, things that we lose, the resources that are very much real, getting deprived from us because we make mistakes, we have failures. And of those failures, a fortune is possible if we learn to see what is inadvertently holding us back. A nightmare has that. Honestly, I would say look to your nightmares more. Maybe a primordial leader, and I should have added this, is more of a nightmare. And with quickness, quality, questions, quantity, it showcases more of what needs to be done. If we want this abundance in our life, we have to ask this question. One, break away from the conventional norms. If I just say compound interest, eighth wonder of the world, yet the 7 other wonders are buildings, it comes to ask me of this one question. Why? Who wants to comprise building wonders into now financial institutions? Because they want you to play into the same rhetoric. It's nothing wrong with compound interest, mind you. Do your things and you must. Yet if you can get obsessed and be ambitious, why hold yourself down when there's more opportunities out there? If one thing I've learned and started to see, having a global presence and the global ability to move is very powerful. A nightmare gives that reality. It gets you, honestly, to move. If you know there's something fearful that a regime could take you over, you would work even harder. The business is that warring state. Even if one must lose, all the lessons must be carried over. One who may study, who sees that these types of things are existent, and there's so many cogs at play, and if one can truly distill it and then take what you already have that's uniquely yours and blend it. That's why I go hard on the payment gateway. It's something that I'm passionate about. One of my prior videos I made was don't BS around the corner. And the BSing around the corner came from a nightmare of all these people crowding in on me and in the theater of all places. And I woke up and I was just like, what the flip is this? And the thing is, the theater is all these theatrics, all these social networks, everyone trying to infiltrate to take my focus away. Now, I'm not going to say Matrix and all this and that. No, what I'm trying to say is my own environment and the things around me have sway, and they pull my attention away from the things that I want to focus on. And that's so important. The things that I'm doing right now are to build things so when the time comes, I'm going to accelerate faster because I built the foundation right. People will just tell you, go fast, do hard, quickness. I'm a believer in the speed of light philosophy. The quickness part. I'm not a believer of speed of light philosophy and you're implementing chaos at every road. Things, yes, should break, and you need to do the law of maintenance and the law of systematizing. Law of tools as well, my bad. But add that too. Tools are important. You cannot just go punch a board and then it just somehow appears, unless you got magic or some other stuff, which I have not seen in the laws of physics. It's not there. I can be proven wrong. I do not know in the future on that. But at this time, no. The tool needs to be needed. A house is built with hammer and nails and many other tools. You don't ask a carpenter to go up there with his fist and go pow, pow, and then things just somehow fit. No. You need some sort of tools. Now, how many and all that, that's variable, and that's case for another time. Falling back to the nightmare. The nightmare shows the obstacles, the things that we don't have, that theatrical thing I was talking about. People crowding in, those side quests, all this. The nightmare gave me realization that my attention is diverted in all these other areas. And to be a primordial leader, you have to bring those focus on that one thing. Even when people keep dragging you back, get back into that zone and start creating. Start doing things that you must. And the one thing that I probably have that I'm avoiding, I'm going to be frank, the phone calls. Calling the people and figuring out the announcement. I got the large language model that I can create a calling script right here and now and start calling. But it's after 8, so laws and so forth. Yeah, I'm focused on these videos hardcore because I want to build that catalog. I want to build that trust because nobody wants to invest in somebody they don't know in. They don't want all these gurus. They just want what works and what doesn't, and what things they can take away and what things they don't, and then avoid the financial pitfalls. Nobody's coming to save you. And once you accept that, it's a relief. But when you get so normal and then all these things, and then you don't do the things that you are ready to advance towards, you feel like an emptiness well over you. A nightmare is those things that rekindle it. Dreams are like materia, I said earlier on. And that's more of like innovation. Dreams can bring things and you can start crafting and putting things together. A nightmare shows all that materia, but materia might not be fitting correctly. You might have all this stuff, yet it's not forming. A nightmare shows, okay, these are the blockages. Now I have to do the research to see where these blockages are and remove them so I can get more endpoint. And it's not favorable. It's not safe. It's a little risky. Yet in those risks, in those things that you start figuring out, and you are not perfect. And you got to find what works. Yet by doing all this stuff, you're going to do something phenomenal. Phenomenal. So, embrace them nightmares, record them, figure out those obstacles inside of them, and then just enjoy. Have a great one.